Welcome back to Mac Music Review, crazy people. Today, did I say Mac Music Review? Because I meant Mac Movie Review. Because today, this is one take. I'm not doing it again. We're going to be talking about the movie The Conjuring, famous horror movie, The Conjuring. Halloween time is upon us, and apparently The Conjuring is one of the most well-esteemed and famous and influential horror movies of the 2010s, of the last decade. It is a very iconic movie. It's a very influential movie. It inspired 2 sequels, The Conjuring 2, The Conjuring 3, and a bunch of spin-off movies, the Annabelle movies. I believe there's more than one Annabelle movie that came after The Conjuring. And I have some thoughts. I watched it last night, not on Halloween, unfortunately, but it'll have to do. My thoughts, criticisms, all that. Here we go. The Conjuring is a really solid horror movie. And the main thing that I noted about this movie is, after you get past the first 20 minutes, the movie just plays it so straight. That's the thing I think is interesting about the movie, but also not interesting about the movie. Its greatest weakness and its greatest strength is that it's just like, we're not going to have any gimmicks. This is a horror movie. It's a haunting movie. The people who are investigating the haunting, they're not messing around. They're here to do a job. They're getting, this is work for them, and they're going to keep a straight face the whole time. They're going to try to keep a straight face. And they do for about an hour and 30 minutes of this thing. And, more than an hour is very cool-headed. Even the family being haunted in this film just keeps cool heads and doesn't act out. They try to just, even when they approach the investigators, they're like, hey, we think we're haunted, when it's very obvious that they're extremely definitely haunted. They're like, they're trying to play it cool. And that's what this movie does. It keeps its head. It tries to play it cool until stuff really hits the fan in the last 30 minutes or so, and things get really crazy. But this movie, it's not gimmicky. And yeah, I've seen a couple gimmicky horror things. Have you ever seen Ready or Not? It's more thriller than horror, but that is something that is so gimmicky and fun, and it's definitely flawed, but I think that is something that I would watch again before I watch The Conjuring, because it's just something that likes to have fun, and The Conjuring is a horror movie that really just keeps a straight face for all of its runtime, and I think that's kind of a weakness, because it just strikes me as something that's not super rewatchable, because it's not that the film is slow. It's not really slow. It's just not that fun to watch. And a lot of the scares, let's talk about the scariness of this movie, because that's important. The movie is more tense than it is scary. It's more, it's more about the setup for the scare and less about the delivery, because this movie is a lot of setup. The first, once again, I'm going to say this again, I keep saying this, first, hour of this movie is all, setup for this, oh man, something's, there's about to be a jump scare, you're about to see a scary image, and it's just constantly building and building on that tense atmosphere. And I think these parts worked very well, but when they actually did reveal the scare, when there was a jump scare, very few of the actual jump scares really got me, or really I thought were that scary, when it's like, oh, it's an old woman who's kind of deformed and gross looking. Okay, whatever, man. This isn't the most original horror movie. Like I said, The Conjuring is very solid. It plays its cards super straight, and you really can't bash it too hard. You can't insult it, because it said, James Wan, the director, said, I'm going to do this one thing, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to flinch or give in to stereo or whatever, and just made this movie. And it's nothing like Aquaman. Jokes aside, I actually really do like Aquaman. But jokes aside, The Conjuring is a very solid horror movie. It is very solid, and as far as the horror genre goes, it has some scares, it has a lot of tense moments, it has a lot of well-crafted build-up. There's a lot I respect about this, but it's missing something. It's missing an element of fun. It's missing, it just could be more fun, man. It could be it could keep you on your toes a little bit more than it actually ends up doing. It could have had a lot more personality. That's what I'll say. The Conjuring, it's got some scares, it's got some tense stuff, but it doesn't have the most personality. And for that, if I had to give it a score, I'd give it a 3.5 star rating out of 5. Thanks for watching the video, y'all. You didn't have to watch this. It's Halloween when I'm recording this. I'm going to try to upload it today as well, so happy Halloween. I'm not doing much this Halloween. You know, I like to give out the candy for the kids, but not doing it this year. Just not doing it. Dress up as Deadpool? I'm that guy. I'm that guy that dresses up as Deadpool. Not doing it. Thanks for watching the video. Have a very happy Halloween.